Students, we have our guest or speaker today, and his name is Aman Singh, sorry, Aman Kumar Singh. Well, I'll just brief you about a little bit about him. He is an Amatian. He started his graduation in 14 and he passed out in 2017. Where he had done BSc in fashion design from Amity University when the course was of 3 years. Then he had done his training. During his tenure, he had worked with Siddharth Bansal, where he had collaborated with him for the Gen Next of Lakme Fashion Week, where he has done 6 weeks of internship under him. He had also worked with Avni Kapoor, who's an Indian wear designer, and apart from it, he has worked in Shahi Export House, then as an assistant designer in Amreen for 2 long years, and currently he is employed with Woodland as a senior merchant. So we welcome you, Aman, over here, and it's really a privilege for us to interact with you.
Thank you for introducing me to the students, ma'am. And it's a pleasure for me to uh, give out my experience to the students from the same place I strengthened my roots from. So thank you so much for welcoming me, for giving my experience to all the kids here.
Okay, so we are being accompanied by Ms. Divya Singhal and Ms. Ruchika. So they
Okay.
are our coordinating faculties at
Okay.
ASFT Greater Noida campus.
Hi and welcome to Amity School of Fashion Technology, Greater Noida. Aman, thank you so
Good
much
evening. Good
for
evening.
good evening, and thank you so much for giving your time to us and talking on a very relevant topic which every students connect with, and we are really looking forward to the session. Thank you and most welcome.
Okay, so I'll start with my again. I'll tell you where I worked with, and I'll be conducting about the software, particularly about a Photoshop, that how it's helping the garment industry to grow, and plus it's a cost-effective thing for every company, even if you're working with a designer or you're working with an export house. So I started off my graduation from Amity University, as Kamal ma'am just said, and during that period, I was working with Siddharth Bansal, and there I get to know about this software because earlier I have no clue about Photoshop or Illustrator. And so I started working with him. I get to know about this softwares, that how digital printing is so much into in today's garment industry. And yeah, I started working with him, and he told me a lot about Illustrator and Photoshop. Just want to tell you guys that if you can hustle yourself in the college time frame to learn these software, it will be a big advantage for you. Because once I completed my graduation, I started working with Shahi Export House, and there I was in a production team, which was a bit difficult for me since I was a design student, and for me working on Excel on daily basis was a big hectic task for me. So just want to tell you guys, if you are in college, make sure you work with different sectors, like you work with the designers, you work with domestic buyers, you work with export houses, so that you can get to know where you have to put yourself in it. Because after graduation it will be a big task for you to understand, or maybe after that if you have to switch your job, it will be a big question on your CV. So that's the hardest thing I have to tell you in the first thing, because सबसे ज़्यादा लोग जो conflict हो जाते हैं इन सब चीज़ों में, उनको सबसे ज़्यादा इसी चीज़ की प्रॉब्लम होती है. So yeah, after that it was a good learning skill for me. After Shai Sport House, I started working with the designer Miran, and it was a domestic buyer. He was competing with many other designer for different shows. Photoshop, yet it played an important role for me at that time, because it was a cost-effective thing. Because in a Indian or traditional designer used to invest loads of money on making a garment. So before investing on it, it's easier to get a swatch made from those karigars which are working for us, and get manipulated those swatches in Photoshop by making patterns, and make sure you complete that garment before investing money in it. Because in Indian wear designer, people are too much investing on different categories, especially on fabric, especially on different vendors who are working with them. So yeah, Photoshop played a vital role for me at that moment, because it was a very cost-effective thing. After that, I have started working with Woodland as a senior merchandiser, So yeah, in Woodland, yeah, I'm working in PD as a senior merchandiser, and in Woodland, I'll say most of the things are worked by design team in Photoshop. Reason why? Because before investing our money into different casual wear, we can actually see the output before investing in it. So yes, Photoshop is a vital role for the industry at this point of time. And if you have any question related to where you want to work with and what are the different sectors you can play a role in Photoshop, so you are up for the questions.
Aman, we will request if you can proceed with the session. We can take the questions by the end of the session for
Okay,
like
okay,
10 to 15 minutes. We can devote it for the question round.
okay. So should I start teaching them about the
Yes,
skills in Photoshop that I do?
yes, yes, you can proceed.
Okay, okay, cool enough.
You can also share some of your
Now,
works.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll
करके
just
देख
open some of my works which I've been working on these days.
वही जो खाना बना वो दे दे थोड़ा मिल गया तो नाम
Aman, you can unmute yourself once. Yeah. Thank you.
So I've been working on these pins on Photoshop. Reason why? Because yes, I was working on with some export houses as a freelance, and I was sending these designs to them so that they can get these things print on their t-shirts or whatever garment they want to. Yeah, these are some of my works, and now I'll start showing you how I've been implementing the prints on garments, and so that you can actually get the feel of a particular silhouette in your Photoshop rather than investing your money first on a particular thing. So I've created a particular silhouette of a dress, like you can use to do on your paper. You can have it in Photoshop, and suppose I particularly take up, suppose this print I have to implement it on this silhouette. So you need to drag this on your particular silhouette you want, and then make sure your print layer is below the your silhouette layer. Place it wherever you want to. And before proceeding your shadings in it, make sure you erase the extra part of your print so that you can actually able to see your particular silhouette and the print so that you can start proceeding your shadings in it.
आप चलिए क्या परेशानी है गाड़ी बैठ के
Yeah, once your whole print is on your silhouette, the most important thing is work with the opacity of the color you are taking. Select the darkest color of your print so that in garment, of course, the darkest shade will be your shade in your silhouettes you'll be showing. don't make your opacity to the 100% because of course it will be the too dark for your silhouette to look into a shade. So make sure you keep changing it around 10 to 11 opacity. I'm using this particular brush because it smudges out in the garment. And slowly you start give shades. First of all, make sure where your light is coming on your silhouette. Because you don't have to just make sure for the sake of giving your shade, you don't have to do it on your silhouette. So focus on where you're putting your light first and then start shading your particular garment. Yeah. So that's how you'll be able to get a particular finished product. The more time and efforts you'll put in, the more realistic it will get soon. So you can easily create a particular sketch or you can with a particular picture. So if you have any doubt related to this, you can ask me right now only.
Students, with this process, if anybody is having any doubt, you can ask it
Ma'am,
since it's process
I
based.
want to ask something.
Yeah.
Your name and
Hello, sir. My name is Sakshi. I'm
Hey,
from
Sakshi.
Purdue. Sir, I wanted to ask that what type of brushes you have used because this was really confusing. You were using it very
Okay,
fast.
okay. Okay. I'll slow it down and I'll tell you. Uh, I mostly use three brushes and I'll tell you which brushes I use. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Can you see the cursor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for more details, if I have to tell you, I'll use this kind of brush. I'll increase the opacity because you can see the strokes of this brushes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for smudging to give a particular shade in my outfit, I use this kind of brush. You can see how this brush works.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And if I'll say both for the brush and for the eraser, I'll use this one because it's way too opaque and it has a very bold strokes in my lines, which you see right now.
Okay, sir.
And the most important thing is even the brush you can adjust yourself while you're working on it, but the most important thing is this opacity. You can adjust it to 6 to or 7 to get most of this, and in this opacity I use this kind of brush because you can see it's very light right now because I've changed the opacity. I don't want you to put more and more shades in your garments with increasing your opacity. Make sure your opacity is very less, around 10 to 12, and then you can shade your garment wherever you want to.
Okay, sir.
I hope I'm clear to you, or is there still
Yes.
any doubt?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, pleasure. Anyone else?
Is there anybody else who still have a doubt with this process? Okay, so I think Aman, we can proceed further now.
Okay, cool. Just want to tell you guys that I'm not doing this with my mouse. I'm having a Wacom with me. That's why it's way too easier for me to create these particular illustrations. So if you have one, then start working with that because mouse will not be able to give that for finished product to you in your Photoshop. So let's. So yeah, let's start sketching a bit. Since most of you have been working on your fashion illustration, so I'll tell you a quick tricks about how to make a realistic eye on your illustrations if you're working on it. So I'm starting sketching. If you have any doubt related to it, you can easily tell me. I'll stop at that time and then I'll clarify your doubt.
You can give your input side by side when you are sketching so that students can be familiar which part
Okay,
you are
okay, okay.
concentrating, what effect you have to give in this.
Okay, done, ma'am. So for the black part, I have actually increased my opacity to 100 because I don't want any shade in that. And I have used this brush stroke to fill that black part. And for the iris, I'll tell you, make sure you keep on changing your layer while you're working on your Photoshop because in the end, it will be a big mess for you if you're not using different layers. So let's just see if I'll take these few colors and I'm marking it over here. I'm basically taking every shade of blue right now. So let's just take this one. And I'm filling up this one with this blue color. I'll just take the darker shade of it, change the opacity because I don't want too much of darkness in my eyes. So make sure you keep making the arcs while making this eye because और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा realistic ये उसी से बन पाएगी. You don't need to just focus on more of shades, plus you have to make good arcs in your eyes. I'm taking this brush stroke right now. And meanwhile, yeah, I'm playing with the more and more with the opacity because सबसे ज़्यादा 3D look उसी से आ पाएगा इस sketch में. I'm erasing the extra part, which I don't feel like it's useful or it's destroying my eyes. So I'll keep discarding that particular part. It's easier for you to even sketch when you're discarding the part you really don't want to occur in your screen. I'm again using the light shade which I marked here. And now I start giving more detail in my eyes. Because now rest of the part will be more about highlighting it to make it a bit more realistic look. I'm again using this brush tool, which has way too curvious strokes. I think that's enough of detailing in my eyes. Now, the only thing I want is a bit white reflection, which make it a bit realistic. So I'm changing my opacity to 10. And I'm changing another layer. And now I'll start working on my reflection. Since I'm giving it in front, I'm keeping my light source on my eyes. It's coming from the front. So yeah, I'm changing this thing. Now again, I'm increasing my opacity because I want more and more white in it. And yeah, we'll work on the white part of our eyes. And I'm keeping this layer way too below my iris because I don't want to overlap it. So the color I'm using in my white part will be more of a skinnish tone. Yeah. Let's just do a bit. I'm marking the colors I'm using right now. I'm using more of dark tone right now at the edges of the eyes. You do more detail by giving some veins in your eyes so that it looks more realistic if you are making that much detail. Yeah, so yeah, this part is done, and now I'm working on the skin color actually. So I'm now giving shades of black on my eyebrows. You can do as much experiment you want in your illustration. Right now, I'm just giving you a basic glance how to make it a more realistic. Yeah. Let's start working on the base. I'm giving this shade as a base. Keep working with the tints and tones of the color because that's how you'll be achieving your particular realistic sketch you want. You can see as I'm keep changing the opacity of the color, plus I'm using different tones, and I'm going darker the moment I keep start working with the particular color. And next time if I use, I'll make sure I'll use the darker tone of it. So yeah, that's how you create your particular eye you want in your particular illustration. Hope I was clear while making, because I know I'm doing it in a very fast way. But I hope I have clarified everything till now.
It is really, really amazing, very realistic.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Any doubt, any students you have, if
Yeah,
you
students,
want
if
to
you
ask
have
me?
any doubt up till this process, you can ask your questions.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay.
So I think
No,
it was
ma'am.
very much clear to them this time.
I hope I'm
Yes,
clear,
ma'am.
because I think I'm doing a bit fast, but it's good
No,
that
but
students are
basics
catching
you
up in a
have
very.
made them clear that it is more about opacity and picking the color within the
Yeah.
illustration, how you have to move from dark to light and light to dark when you're giving the shades.
Yeah,
So,
and the most important thing, ma'am, students should be clear about the anatomy of humans. If they are able to judge things in a very different way, then yeah, they can achieve that realistic thing. Because when I first bought my Vacom, it was a bit difficult for me. I was disheartened at first because I was able to sketch on my paper way too fast, and on Vacom I was not able to make it. So I started working on it way टू फास्ट कि मेरे को लगा कि नहीं, मेरे को रेगुलरली प्रैक्टिस करनी चाहिए. आई वाज स्केचिंग अबाउट 30 to 40 sketches a daily to achieve this kind of illustration look in my sketches. So yeah, I'm particularly using right now is Vacom, because it's way too easy to work on an illustration if you have a good platform to work with. Because with mouse it's way too difficult. Because I was a student, I was also working with mouse, and still it was a thing for me that how to achieve that thing. So yeah, I'll say to buy a Vacom, it will be give your illustration way too better look.
okay. So I hope that till now they don't have any doubts, so we can proceed further if you have anything else to share in terms of demonstrations and all.
Yeah, give me a second, ma'am. I'm working on a new sketch. I'll share that with you guys. I'm working on this sketch from past 2 days and still not able to complete it. So I'll tell you a brief introduction about it. Yeah, I'm be telling you about different skin tones I'm be using in it and how I'll be using in it to make it a bit more realistic. Although I made the face, but still I'll tell you the skin tones of it. And the game of this Photoshop, I'll tell you, is about opacity. If you're able to handle that opacity and color you're implementing on your illustration, you are up at the mark to be called as a good illustrator in Photoshop. So this is the place where I don't think light will be coming more off. So I'll be putting more of a dark tone here. And again, I'm using more of dark tones of the skin shades.
Aman, I would request you if after this you could explain a bit about certain type of fabric renderings, like how can you show velvet or the effect of georgette, something like this on Photoshop.
Okay, okay, cool, ma'am, cool. I'll explain it right away.
So that
I think
students.
I've told you enough about the skin tones and how to drape it well. Now I'll tell you how to make different fabrics in Photoshop. Let's start making a velvet first. Let's just color it a bit black. And now I'll change the color of layer of it. And again, I'm changing the opacity. I'll be using more of gray to give a tone because velvet is all about dual tone fabric. Suppose these are the, I'm just creating a random lines on a black color so that I can work on the shades of it. So yeah, let's start working on this. Since velvet has more of a white tone of shades, I'll say whatever color you are taking, suppose I've taken black, so I'll be focusing more on giving a very light tones on it. don't put more of a white tone in it because it has very light tones of white and gray. So keep working with that on velvet. So yeah, this is how you'll be getting your velvet fabric on your Photoshop. I'll show you one illustration where I've been working on that particular thing. Yeah. This is the kind of illustration. This is the illustration that I made for the drapes, and you can easily achieve your drapes by keep working on those shades. Since I use black, you can use all the tints and tones of it. And let's start work on the satin thing.
Aman, if it is possible, if you can explain satin on that same dress which we developed before, like the upper part is blue
Okay,
printed,
okay, okay,
it would be much easier and better to connect with the students.
okay, ma'am. Yeah. Let's start work on the skirt for the satin.
You can guide the students how much opacity they should consider for satin, like how much opaque they need to make a particular color, where they have to give more of the depth of color.
Okay, okay, cool, ma'am. So yeah, since you can see there are n number of frills over here, so let's just focus on a particular one. Choose the color, the base color which you have used, and make sure you put more of your dark tone in it while using it. Make sure your opacity is at 15 or maybe 20 if you can handle. Since it's satin, make sure you have a bit more white in it. So once I'm done with all the shades which I want, the darker shades I want in my particular silhouette, I'm picking a white tone, changing the opacity to around 5 and giving more of it on the edges. Maybe the highest point where the fabric feel like it's folding. And wherever I feel like white is getting receding, I'll make sure I'll put the dark tone in it. Since satin has more sheen in it, so this is how you'll be working on your satin fabric in a particular skirt or a particular silhouette you want.
Okay, so this is very in-depth for the students that they are able to identify how to give folds or pleats also in a particular outfit using opacity with
Yeah.
light and shade effect. So the technique is same students for this one. Now I think I can take up one or two questions in between so that they can ask you regarding the uh, processes and all. One question I have with me on YouTube, Nidhi Gupta, she is asking which is the best Wacom tablet for the beginners.
For the beginner, I'm actually using this Wacom for the beginner only. It's Cintiq 7.2-inch display. It will cost you around 7 to 8K bucks, or you can buy it on Amazon anywhere.
Okay, fine. And what are the basic configurations which you would expect in a Wacom tablet before they should move ahead to purchase that? What all they should look for in that?
See, if you want to buy Wacom, make sure you are way too interested in having or interested, or you can say you have your big hobby time making illustrations, because most of the graphic designers use Wacom. I started using it before realizing that yeah, even if I feel like that yeah, I'm too much into my sketching thing, that's why I've had it. Because before that I was working more and more anatomy of humans on making it on a paper. So Vacom is the particular thing you can actually use it for any software. And I don't have to say you have to think about it before buying it, because there are n number of Vacom in market. It depends on for the basic thing, as a first question was to for a beginners. So I'll say you can buy a simple tablets. Otherwise, there are n number of digital platform where you can buy it. They have screen in it. So if you have that thing, you buy, you really want to work on it, then you can have any kind of Vacom you want.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Then I guess anybody else who have a question to ask or any demonstration, whatever has been covered.
Yes.
Yes, Ananya.
Hello, sir. I am Ananya.
Hey, hey, good
Sir,
evening, good evening.
can you show some? Sir, can you tell us how to give sheer fabric effect?
Sheer fabric effects,
Okay, okay.
the one which have more transparency, like a net, or you have organza.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
tell you. I'll tell you right away.
Okay, thank you, Ananya, for the question.
So suppose this is the skirt you want, and you want a sheer fabric. So of course, if it is a sheer fabric, then in the back side of it, there will be an opaque fabric behind it. So let's just make it on our first illustration. So let's just take this color and give it a base. And I'm making it Suppose you want your sheer fabric on this particular dress, make sure you use this kind of brush. I'm again pointing it out, making the opacity about 9 to 10, don't increase that much, and making sure that layer which I'm using is in the above of it. And the color which I've used, make sure I'll put the lightest tone of it. And if I want good frills, like suppose this is the kind of thing I want in my particular dress, make sure you figure out the silhouette since it will be a frill kind of thing on it. So I'm using this. I'm using more of light tone at the base because of course if it is a sheer fabric it will be more lighter than the fabric which is behind it.
Yes, sir.
I hope I'm clear with this illustration to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Anybody else who have a question with respect to any sort of fabric effect or print?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question. How to create foil printing?
Okay, okay. This is by far the toughest question I ever had.
Many of them are working on their collection, so they are just eager to know how to implement those type of prints.
Are you telling you on a particular font?
Foil printing, as in like if you have a motif, how can you show it in the form of a foil print?
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I think the if I'll take a particular font also, then it will be also okay because it's a kind of a pattern only you can have.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Suppose this is the color which I have on my particular sketch. And thank you for the question. Who asked me this question? Can I have a name of it?
Sir, Koshika Garg.
Pleasure having that question.
Thank you, sir.
Huh. So I'll make sure I'll increase the opaqueness of this color. Yeah. And I'll take another layer for making a lighter shade of it. Since it's a foil, it will be more sheen, way too sheen than satin also. I'm using this shade for giving more of a glossy effect in it. I'm just using at both the edges of these particular words because in the middle of it I want a lighter shade of it जिससे और ज़्यादा glossy दिखे ये ज़्यादा. Now for the depth I'm using more of a dark tone again at the edges of these words. Now I'm using a white tone. I'm changing the opaqueness to almost 5 or 4 because I don't want too much of shine. Now, as you can see, you can easily see the different kinds of fold. You can actually able to see it on my particular word. Now, what I'll do is the color I use for my base, I'll darken it a bit more. I'm increasing a bit of my opacity. And in the end, I'll be putting a bit of more of light tone of my particular color I've used right now. Because I want to show a bit more glossy. I'm increasing the opacity of the color. It's time to erase the rest of the shading part. And that's how you'll be putting your foil effect on your particular motive or thing you want. I hope I was clear to you.
Very
Yes,
nice.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions by anyone? Okay, Aman, I would like to ask one question. That since you suggested that Wacom is the best option where they can practice, but as we see a Wacom, it has got its grid lines, the border ones.
Yeah.
Because if you are sketching and if you are moving towards those border lines, those points are the magnetic points,
Yeah,
right?
ma'am. You have to
So
work
if you are
under that
working, you
particular
have to
circle.
work under that particular frame. And if you are going ahead, the thing will not be recorded.
Yeah.
So how would you suggest? That's the biggest loophole, because in the beginning, a person has to go for a smaller version of a Wacom, right?
Yeah.
They cannot access the bigger one because they are not so proficient in
Yeah.
using that. So what you suggest that if a person is having a smaller Wacom with a limited space and he or she has to work on a large sketch or a garment which is quite longer in length. So what is your take on to that?
Till now, that's the most मतलब I can say कि सबसे बड़ा disadvantage है Vacom अगर छोटा है किसी के पास तो since I'm working on more of large sketches, so I'll divide my sketch into 4 parts. Not making it on a different PSD format, just a particular format, and I'll make sure I'm working on a different sections of it. If I'm making a particular uh, anatomy of a person, so I'll make sure I'll cover up the face first, and then the other body, and then the garments, and then the particular elements I'm putting in it. So I'll say ki, of course, in the beginning, of course, it will be a difficult task because you have to divide your sketch into 4 different sections where you have to complete it slow by slow, steady by steady. And इसका disadvantage ही यही है मैम कि इसमें disadvantage ही ये है कि you have to work your sketch in different sections. There's no till now shortcut for it. If you are able to afford or you can afford a big Wacom, then also you'll be facing the same problem. Because in Photoshop, the screen will be the same as it is. It will not move around according to your Wacom. So you have to give different sections to your particular illustration.
Okay, okay. And what would you suggest, like when can be the best time when a student can opt for Wacom? Because till now they are learning Illustrator, they are learning Photoshop, and by the end they reach, now the course is for 4 years, so by the end they reach, they have to develop a final collection. So when can be the best time when they can try it out for this?
Then I'll share my experience first. The most important thing, आप अगर बहुत initial stages पे हो, तो first of all, I'll say before opting for a Wacom or opting for a digital illustrator career, you need to figure out where you put yourself first after your graduation, because that's the most important thing. Meanwhile, as I was in college, I was very much interested in working with a designer, and I was again my two internships were with the designer only. And that's the biggest drawback I feel like I have done. मेरे को उस टाइम पे different categories of garment industry में काम करना चाहिए था to explore more and to have good knowledge about it. Of course, after you are completing your graduation, your mindset will be all about that. You'll be going to office, making sketches, playing with the fabric, because that only will happen if you are working with a designer. सो आई से कि अगर आप बहुत इनिशियल स्टेजेस पे हो, अगर आप फर्स्ट ईयर में हो, तो यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग योर इंटर्नशिप विद द डिजाइनर एंड विद एन एक्सपोर्ट हाउस और डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स ऑफ द अदर गारमेंट इंडस्ट्री. बिकॉज जब हम डिजाइनर के साथ काम कर रहे होते हैं तो इट्स अ डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस, बिकॉज वहाँ पे यू आर होल एंड सो इफ द डिजाइनर इज गिविंग यू अ गुड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ओवर देयर. सिंस व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग विद Amiran, my everything was in my hand. I have to deal with the clients, I have to make collections for it. So at that time I was not able to use more of Photoshop until and unless that designer told me he want to launch a digital platform or textile, he want me to do a textile designing to launch a new collection. At that time I was using Illustrator or Photoshop. Otherwise I was not able to use Illustrator and Photoshop in when you're working with a designer. Because if you're working with a designer who is solely into digital art, then he will make you work for Photoshop and Illustrator. But if you are working with an Indian wear designer who has too many clients to work for the upcoming seasons, या कुछ भी शादी है, कुछ भी different events के लिए, तो then you will not be able to use Photoshop. Let me be clear about it. Secondly, if you are in a export house, there are two teams in export house. There are production team and PD team, product development team. When I joined Shahi, I was in a production team, and trust me, guys, it was a big mess for me because I was solely working on Excel. There was no Photoshop, no Illustrator. So I'll say you better get an experience of a production house too, so that you can get to know if you are enjoying your Excel part or Word format, whatever mailing they let you do. And if you are not, then you have a good year to explore more in it. So that's the reason, that's the good reason for me to leave Shahi, because I was getting bored of working with Excel and Word. So if you are too much into fascinated working with the production house, then go for production house. But let me tell you, you won't be using Photoshop and Illustrator in it. And if you go in product development team, then I'll say yes, you'll be able to use Photoshop and Illustrator, because if your buyer is too much into prints or he wants you to make different prints of it, you will be working on it. But at the same time, you'll be working on Excel too in different sectors. Like if you are working with a domestic buyer, since Woodland is a domestic company, so I suggest you to keep working with those people who are using, if you are fascinated to work with Photoshop and Illustrator. And yeah, yes, it is a big advantage for an industrial thing, because ये बहुत cost effective होता है हमारे लिए. Before letting a product develop, we can actually see the product in front of ourselves in a particular software. So yeah, I'll say ki if you are at a very initial stage, if you are too much into about sketching, buy a Wacom right now, because within that time, after 3 years, you'll be mastering in it. I bought my first Wacom when I have done my graduation at that time. So I'll of course say you start buy it right now. If you are in first year, you will be more than pro than me till the time you finish your graduation.
Okay, thank you so much for this guidance for the students. I think they would have about when they should go for it and how they should actually proceed in the industry, whether and deciding
Yeah, of
about
course,
where they have
there
to
are
go.
many people who feel like that after graduation. Even I was the same kind of guy who was after
Right.
completing. That my expectation was like after my graduation, I'll be going to an export house or the designer. I'll be just working with the. I'll be sketching on my paper, but it's has a different reality in it. You have to be more extrovert. You have to be more outrageous to work with different things, and there are sectors who allow you to work for Photoshop and Illustrator, and if you are very keen to work for it, you have to find out, and I'll say you find out by the time you are doing your graduation, because after that if you keep finding out, then it will affect your CV in short.
Yes, yes, definitely. Plus, you'll have your multiple exposure where you
Yeah.
have done so many projects. So, any other question which we have amongst the students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, sir. This is Purnendu from third year.
Hey, hey, Pramod.
Sir, I want to ask, what are the digital skills required for a visual merchandiser?
Visual merchandiser. There are a number of my friends who are in visual merchandising, and they are mostly using Photoshop only. I don't think they are using Illustrator, because most of their project comes up at a very short period of time, and they have to give their submission within a day or 2 day. So Photoshop is the best medium they use most of the time. I'll not say Illustrator, because Photoshop is the most important software which most of the people know to use. So yeah, I'll say Photoshop is the best tool for them as a visual merchandiser.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Any other question from any of the student?
Aman, can I ask a question?
Sure, sure, ma'am.
Okay, can you suggest that out of Photoshop or Illustrator, which will be a better software to do the flats, you can say the rendering part?
Ma'am, I'll say Photoshop. It's way too easy than Illustrator. I personally use Photoshop most of the time, but yeah, at the time of textile designing, when I'm working on prints, I'll say Illustrator is the best. You won't be able to have much more functions as compared to Illustrator in Photoshop when you are working on textile designing. But when you are working on some illustration, like students who will be performing their or be making their portfolios, then I'll say Photoshop is the best for it.
So I would really want the students to ask some queries about the portfolios, because I think almost all the students are in the process of making portfolios.
Yes.
So what do you suggest? What is what they should include in the portfolio, and how should they go about it?
Okay, first of all, the portfolio is something after your graduation you'll be showing to the industry. So I'll say you have to put more and more efforts to it. If you are having any doubt related to how to make, first of all, make sure you have a storyline before creating a particular collection, and it goes in a particular direction so that it doesn't scatter around. When a person see, he gets confused about कि ये क्या है क्या इसके portfolio में. So make sure you have everything in your mind, like related to inspiration board, mood board, color board. Make sure you are updated to the color thing, color board, whichever color is in trend, and whatever print is in trend, whatever fabric is in trend. So make sure you make your collection accordingly, because that's how you'll be able to target your audience in future when you are in the industry. It will be very helpful for you. And make sure you put more and more efforts on creating your illustrations, because after your graduation is over and you're going to the industry, since you will not be having any experience about it, so I'll say your illustration will play a vital role in deciding the, I'll say, employers to judge you on the basis of how far you can imagine things and how easily you can manipulate things into your particular paper, so that it gets easy for them to understand ki what you're about to tell them from your illustration.
Okay. Uh, Thank you so much. Now I just
Yeah.
have one more question with respect to illustrations on Photoshop. So, what is the best way for the students to practice their illustration or to gain a proficiency in making an illustration? Is there a proper method which they need to follow? How they need to go about, like looking at a picture and then tracing? What are the ways in which you would like to suggest them to improve their illustration?
Okay, well, let's talk about tracing. I haven't done it till now because since Kamal ma'am, you know, from the college only, I have a good hand on illustrations. So before that, I just want to say to all the students, ki before tracing anything, of course, it will get like ki you will be copying something. So I'll say you work more of your anatomy since I was saying in the beginning, because in future also, if you are illustrating something, it will be like a very easy task for you. So I'll not say you to copy anything or tracing anything for any picture or something. If you are good in your hands with on paper, so sketch it out, a flat sketch or basic silhouette of a particular garment you want on a paper, scan it, have it in your Photoshop, and then start rendering it. In this content, it will be your work in it. You'll not be copying anything, you'll not be tracing anything, and that confidence is something you'll not be able to match when you're tracing anything.
Okay, but many of them are not that good in sketching. Some of the students are extremely good, but some are there who might not be that good in hand sketching. So
Okay.
what can be the process that can be implemented for them? Like they can take the picture and then use it. What is the process for that?
Well, in that case, I'll say there are n number of, since flat sketches is something which is very easy to make. So if you are not good at putting more or more efforts on making a face or making different caricatures or different fashionistic illustration in your paper, it's completely not an issue because industry is not looking for your particular style in it. They just want a particular garment and what storyline you are about to tell them. So if you are having any issues related to illustration, not to worry about it कि आपको आगे जाके क्या problem face करने को मिलेगी. You just need to be very clear about your flat sketches. If you are able to make a good flat sketch on your paper, still you can render it on your Photoshop. It will play a equivalent part to the particular person who had made a very beautiful illustration in it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Aman, for giving a in-depth insight to students about CAD in the industry and a very
Thank
good
you.
demonstration about how they can utilize it.
I hope I was
Yeah.
clear about it because the last one was a bit tricky one.
But that
I
was
really need to appreciate that goal.
very well. I must appreciate that. So I would like you to share your views, like a general feedback to the students before we come to an end for the session, as well as you can share your Instagram profile link for them so that they can follow you accordingly and take an inspiration from your work or your tutorials if you have any, so that it could be beneficial for the students. If they have any
Okay.
queries, they can ask you. So you can just give a piece of note for the students.
Yeah, my Instagram ID is Aman Singh 1996. You can follow me. I have uploaded not much tutorials, but yeah, I've uploaded 2-3 tutorials. I hope it will be beneficial for you. And at a beginning stage of yours, I just want to tell you guys keep working hard on your things, whatever you want. It's not about the illustration eventually, but yeah, you have to be a bit more realistic about what you are targeting and how you're targeting to the audience in after you are getting into the industry, because in college it's easy for you to make any garment at a skip of a mind that yeah, I have to take this particular inspiration, I'll keep working on it. But if I'll say as an industrial purpose, you have to be way more clerical about it. You don't have to create something which will not be acceptable by the people, because if you are going in an industry, like if you're working with a designer, there are limitation in the silhouettes which people don't prefer to wear, and in the export house there are very limited silhouettes which they follow or proceed. So I'll say if you are experimental, good enough, but make sure you have some clarity about it that people will be able to wear it or not. And whatever you are taking as an inspiration, make sure you stick with it for a long period of time for making further your collections or extending your collection, because it will play a very vital role in the end of your college.
Well, thank you so much, Aman, for this wonderful session. And
Thank you, ma'am.
we will definitely look forward for having more, especially in terms of now hand sketches in the future. Okay. Because I personally know that you are excelling in hand sketches also. So they will also get to see your work on your Instagram profile. And it was a
Sure,
wonderful
sure.
session for all of us. Just over to you, Divya ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Aman, I would, on behalf of Amity School of Fashion Technology, Greater Noida campus, I would really like to extend a warm thanks to you for taking out time and conducting this very hands-on session. I'm sure the students enjoyed it a lot, and we have all the recordings to be there in our safeguard, and we have it online also. So thank you so much, and I would really like to thank you on behalf of all the students also. And
Thank you. Thank you.
I would,
Pleasure is all mine.
and you really tackled all the questions pretty well. Thank you so much
I
for
hope
sharing
I
your
did well.
wisdom with us. So, and it is always heartening to see that someone who has the same roots like these students, and they are excelling so much in the field. And really, you are an inspiration, and we really look forward to your association with us in the future also. And we would really like to invite you in future in college to conduct a practical live session with the students, face-to-face
Sure.
session with the
Sure.
students. Yeah, so we really look forward to that, and thank you so much for being here today.
Pleasure
Thank you
is
to
all
all
mine,
the
ma'am.
participants also,
Really
and thank you,
nice
Kamal
to
ma'am,
see.
for
Thank,
organizing this wonderful
thank you,
masterclass,
thank you, ma'am, for
and thank you to
participating.
everyone.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you.
Amma. It was nice to see you and feel so proud that I was your teacher someday back. And seeing our students excelling at this level. Thank you so much for the session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for having me here.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.